This was another world where females were vulnerable labeled clothing, where males were masculine labeled clothing. This was a rule, an unbroken law. Those who did not obey the law will be punished by life burial. Those who wore vulnerable labeled clothing became vulnerable as they were taught. They were subservient creatures, vulnerable to the men, and dependent on the men for protection. Those who wore masculine labeled clothing became masculine, as they were taught. They were emotionless creatures, forced to be strong for their value of existence. There was a different family. This was a different girl. She was unique. She was raised to be strong by her kind-hearted parents. She grew up to be strong and beautiful. Now it was the time for her to go on her own trip. During her trip, she saw everything and nothing. She saw one universal law in every country. Females wore vulnerable clothing and males wore masculine clothing. She saw a girl beaten by her father because the girl was not wearing feminine clothing and behaved like a delicate girl. She was being beaten so hard. Her cheek swelled up. The strong girl felt uncomfortable. She tried to stop the father, but the father continued to beat his daughter after she left. The girl did not fight back since she thought she was vulnerable. She met another girl who was feminine. They met on the street. The girl's eyes were vigilant. She scanned her surroundings frequently. She told the strong girl that she's so afraid. Since females were taught to be vulnerable, they were more likely to be the target of villains. Her best friend was just raped by a stranger last week. The strong girl started to feel the fear she has never had before. She talked to another girl who is feminine and strong. Even this girl was stronger and more capable than her male peers. She was thought to be less valuable and less capable. So, she was trapped in the dark basement by her parents long ago. She was now a numb robot. She saw many of those. The strong girl was so well protected by her parents. She had not felt this fear before. She was taught to be strong, but she realized others didn't see it the same way. She was the only right one. She saw the pain of others. She felt the pain of others. But she has courage. A goal stands before her, a single goal, to save them. The strong girl burns her eyes into a torch. That is her sacrifice. She uses the torch to burn others' labeled clothing. The people are awakened. They are no longer labeled. They started to burn others' labeled clothing. The girl's fire was a catalyst for freedom of humanity. It was a rapid progression. Now people were finding their own personalities. They were finding being free, being open, and not being labeled. The strong girl loses her eyes. Her eyes are in the torch. She can no longer see and find her way home. But the kind people saved by her remember her. They will lead her way home if they ever see her.